Hello and welcome to the Imagine Cup 2005 premiere event. My name is Shreyas Vijaykumar. I've been one of the Imagine Cup producers for the past year. I'd like to introduce Morris Sim, who is the Senior Director of the Academic and Developer Community Group at Microsoft, and also the Software Design Invitational producer.
The Software Design Invitational is the oldest category of the Imagine Cup, and this year we call on students to use .NET and mobile devices to solve problems that enable us to dissolve the boundaries between us. As Shreyas mentioned earlier, 38 teams from six continents advanced through their local, national, and international finals on their way to Yokohama. Their application uses the latest and greatest and newest technology to address both new and age-old problems that separates us. And the result is a fascinating and interesting glimpse into the future. I'm proud to basically introduce to you guys the first software design team that will be presenting today, and it's a team from Slovenia. Please come up.
Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our presentation. Today we will show you our product called Ethnocon, which consists of 6 highly integrated services and which runs on different platforms targeting Pocket PC, standalone PC, and low-cost embedded systems. We will guide you through different user scenarios in which you will be able to see alone what our product actually is and how it dissolves the boundary. Therefore, we will tell you a story which will be combined from user scenarios, live demos, and some technical presentations on the presentation slides.
Okay, so we've got this guy, Hans, who's a businessman, and he travels a lot to foreign countries, which have different cultures. And let me tell you one thing. Almost every time he came to a country that had a culture that was different from his, he ran into trouble. Let me just give you an example. One time in Bulgaria, he was nodding for yes, but they have a different custom because in Bulgaria it means no. So almost the same thing happened to him in Japan, where he managed to offend his potential business partner because he didn't take the time to look at the partner's business card for a time little longer than just putting it into his pocket. So this time when he was traveling to the United States, he decided that he will use the eCultures service of the Ethnocon system. The eCultures service will enable him to present the culture and some facts about the country he is traveling into in visual, in text form, in picture form, and he will also be able to see a multimedia representation, a video of the country he is traveling into. If you are in a foreign land, you don't know anything, this map shows you where you are. But you still don't know where to go, what to do. Let's just say you want to go out to a museum, perhaps to a gym, to a bar that has just to spend your free time. Therefore, he clicks the option of the e-travel service to show him all the interesting locations that are in his near. Well, these locations should get listed now. And Hans notices that there are quite many. Therefore, he decides to use the e-location option of the Ethnocon system. An e-location is a location which matches his eConverge profile. You will see more about the eConverge later on. Let me just tell you that this profile is a set of things this guy Hans likes to do.
In the afternoon, when all the museum visiting and shopping is over, Hans decided to go out for a beer. But he really hates the idea of going out on a beer alone, and he would really like to spend some time with people who have same interests that he does. Therefore, he uses the eConverge service of the Ethnocon system. So he searches for users and finds some users that are near his current location and also speak German, because he only knows how to speak German.
Later in the evening, Hans receives a fax message which he must immediately send to his business partner Jack. But there's a problem. This message is in German language, and we know that Jack only understands English. So what can Hans do? Hans doesn't worry about nothing. He just uses the fourth service of Ethnocon system called e-read service. And in a few seconds, he can get the translated message back to his Pocket PC. The process is very simple. He just takes a picture of the document, sends it to the server, and back comes the same picture, but with the translated text inserted inside of it. So it keeps the layout which had the original picture. As I said, here is the picture. You can see that the translation is inserted inside of document, and it has more or less the same layout. This comes extremely handy, perhaps in a situation when you have the original document and the translation document, and you have to do something when comparing them. For example, if you are in a Japanese restaurant and you are looking at the menu and you do not understand a word in it, you just take a picture of it and then you get back the translated version, but it can occur that the waiter doesn't understand nothing in English, so you cannot tell him which food would you like to order in English, but you can easily compare the two documents. You see the English version and just point out in Japanese a Japanese item in their menu. Now you will see an example which will be played by Tadej as Hans and Boris as Jake. Today, Tadej will speak into the Pocket PC in German language, while Jake will get the translation in the English language. And Boris, will write the English text, and Tadej will receive the German version of speech.
Hallo. Es tut mir leid, aber ich können Sie nicht kann.
Was ist los?
What is the matter?
Probleme am Flughafen in Indien.
Jemand erzählte mir etwas von einer Naturkatastrophe. Ist jemand verletzt?
Someone told me somewhat of a natural catastrophe. Is nobody hurt?
As you could see, the text that I spoke into the Pocket PC was first converted to the voice was first converted to text, then it was sent to the server where the speech was recognized, and then the recognized speech was translated and converted to text-to-speech and sent to the other clients. Often you find yourself in a situation when you have no common language with the person you're talking to. So ePicto is a language based on pictographs. I can speak into the Pocket PC and the other person gets pictures on the other side. Tomorrow we are going to go to school. You can see here that the tense of the sentence is recognized and it is pointed out in the beginning of the sentence. Then a set of simple pictographs is used to transfer the general meaning of the sentence. And this language, ePicto as we call it, is supposed to be used for simple transference of meaning, for simple conversation, where all other options are exhausted. Ethnocon is a set of features, but it functions as a whole, as a well-developed application, which is suitable for a very, very wide social spectrum. Thank you for listening to us, and We would like to invite you to discover the world the way it is meant to be discovered with us.
And the second team to present is going to be Brazil.
Okay, can you all hear me? I think so. Konnichiwa and good afternoon. We are going to explore together the TravelMate solution as well as the in-context framework through which the TravelMate solution was created and which is also part of our proposal, our contribution for the challenge of creating a boundary-free world. So we are the Solvent SD team from Brazil, and a few words about us. What I can say about us is that we are technology enthusiasts sharing some complementary skills. The team is composed by Gustavo, Leonardo, Igor, and by myself, André. Today, the process of dissolving social practices has already started. For example, I can reach my friends wherever I am by using an instant messaging application installed in my cell phone. Or I can, for example, get to know people sharing similar interests with me by using our application like Orkut. But this is still the very first beginning of social software. The full potential of social software has not yet been exploited. There are many other domains that can be exploited, and tourism is one of these domains. Well, tourism is indeed a very interesting domain because it naturally has a lot of boundaries to be dissolved, and these boundaries can be easily identified in our everyday lives, such as getting to know people or access information. Besides that, every person is a tourist, at least in potential. We are all here in Japan proving that this is true. So in order to reach a broader range of people, we have chosen the tourism domain to create the TravelMate solution. But the TravelMate solution is not yet another tourism application. It's not only focused on showing information about the region being visited. The TravelMate innovates by exploring the social possibilities of the tourism domain. Now let's do our demonstration, but just before that, I would like to introduce you to our virtual character, Jennifer Cadence. She's a Canadian student. She loves knowing new cultures, and she likes to be in new places and to interact with people. And by coincidence, she's just here in Yokohama, and she will guide us through our demonstration. So in this main content screen of Jennifer, she will find some interesting information. For example, her name, the place where she is, Kanagawa, Japan, her status to her other friends, her blogs, communities, friends, near places, and other concepts that we are going to explore during our demonstration. Now let me click on this button here, and then Jennifer will launch the map of the place where she's visiting. Oops, I think I did not click it. Now I have. And you may notice that here we are exactly in the Yokohama Convention Center. This map is updated according to Jennifer's position by using mobile GPS like this one. We would love to give this presentation walking around the city of Yokohama with you, but since this is not practical, we have implemented a GPS simulator. The information that I provide here in these fields will change Jennifer's position in the map, just for practical purposes. Now, let's make Jennifer walk around the Yokohama. Leonardo is going to update some of her points. And then you will notice that Jennifer is just walking around the city of Yokohama, and now she's crossing the bridge at the Yokohama Bay. Okay? Now you can see that Jennifer, some new information appears in Jennifer's map. There is an icon here. Let me click on this icon. And then Jennifer will see that this place here refers to the Yokohama Cosmo, Yokohama Amusement Park. Jennifer can click on this details button here, and then she will be redirected to the content screen page of the Yokohama Cosmo. In this page, Jennifer can get some detailed information about this tourist point. For example, I'm going to show that I can click just in this link here to get more detailed information about the Yokohama Cosmo. Jennifer can also see content generated by her own friends. For example, there is a link here called Reviews. If I click here, then Jennifer will be able to see information generated by her friends or by other users of the system. By clicking in this play button here, Jennifer will access multimedia resources of this tourist point. Now let's watch a video about the Yokohama Cosmo just to exemplify this feature. Okay, by using the TravelMate solution, Jennifer can also access information generated by communities in the system. So here, I'm going to click, Jennifer is going to click in the Minato Mirai tourism community, where she can find new topics or events posted by her friends. Let's make a very long flight to Rio de Janeiro, for example. Leonardo is updating the tourist point. Sorry, the GPS point here. And now Jennifer will be redirected to Rio de Janeiro. The map here has a different formatting style, but this is because the TravelMate supports different map providers. So in Yokohama, the map provider was one. Here in Rio de Janeiro, the map provider is other. Okay, now Jennifer has just arrived in Rio de Janeiro. She's going to interact to search for her friends. Now Jennifer is going to the Copacabana beach, our last tourist point. And you may notice that a new icon will appear when Jennifer is here in the Copacabana beach at the top right of the screen. This is a personalized advertisement. The system knows that Jennifer is a young girl, she likes fast food, and she's just near a snack bar. So the system provides to her advertisements that are very related to her profile, to her location, a context-aware advertisement to her. Besides that, there is other button here, other icon here below, indicating that new matches, friend matches for Jennifer are around. I mean, friends of Jennifer that has a high score in her TravelMate's interaction indicator bar, and now Jennifer is going to launch the friend finder to check for friends nearby. Okay, 2 friends have appeared here. The first one of them is Ronaldo da Silva, for example, a friend of Jennifer. Now, Ronaldo is just using this other device here. Okay, now the autofocus, is it on? Okay, no, turn it on, thank you. Now I'm going to access the map information of Ronaldo da Silva. And then you may notice that, can you just adjust the light? I'm going to show here something. Okay, Ronaldo has a tourist point he has created by himself, while Jennifer has not. So let's start a chat between Ronaldo and Jennifer. So Jennifer will click here in the icon of Ronaldo in the map. We'll click on the details link. And then she will start a chat with Ronaldo. She will just click in this chat icon that will appear in Ronaldo's screen here. And then Ronaldo will receive an incoming notification of a chat request. Okay, we have discussed about some of the technical concerns of the TravelMate solution. Now let's discuss about the TravelMate's business model. Users are not charged for subscribing and using the system or taking part into the TravelMate's community. The whole business model is based on context-aware mobile advertisement. I mean, advertisement that is delivered to the right person at the right time in the right place. Besides that, the application has a low maintenance cost since the content is generated by its own users. So we do not think that it is fair to charge users for a content that are generated by themselves. The users just need to use the already existing telecommunications infrastructure to use the system. Okay, here we have some related work of our application. We also, we're not going into details of all of these applications, but the idea is that each one of these applications alone do not fully exploit the advantage of technology to offer enriched features and to promote social practices. So the TravelMate solution, it tries to get the best ideas of these applications as well as to offer its own innovative features to create a multicultural, boundary-free world. Okay, I'd like to thank you. Now I think we're open for feedback. Arigato.
Thank you, Team Brazil. Okay, moving right along to the judges. Do you have any questions, feedback for Brazil?
And I guess how do you begin to generate the community? Because, you know, without a fairly dense geographic community, a lot of those features don't have a lot of value. Finding friends in a certain geography, if there's 10 members, doesn't have a lot of utility. So how do you get that to a place where it's fairly dense and geographic?
We are open for partnerships as well. So perhaps a telecommunications company would be interested in supporting our system, and then she would help us to provide this initial content for the application.
How do you address, let's say, safety of the use of the device, let's say malicious content?
Okay, you mean privacy, yes?
Privacy, or is there any type of filter to filter out, say, illegal or adult material?
Okay.
Let's say someone under 18 is using the device.
Okay, in relation to privacy, the content of what should be presented to the user is only shown to the user itself, not to other users or not to other roles interacting with the system. In relation to the content itself, perhaps we have not specified here a role for filtering this content, but it would just be straightforward to add such kind of filter to avoid, for example, based on our algorithms for identifying pornographic material and so on. So we think that we could add this as a plugin to our TravelMate solution.
Okay, great. Thank you, Team Brazil.
Thank you.
All right. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Team Russia.
So, hello everybody. We are happy to meet you here on this stage at the Imagine Cup Finals. We're a team inspiration from Russia, and now we're going to tell you about our project, which is called Omni Music. Omni Music is a distributed environment for distributed concerts. But before we tell you about the application, let me introduce our team. So, you know, we're all programmers, developers, but we're also musicians a little bit. So let me introduce Nikolai. He plays the electric guitar. Then Sasha, he is maybe the most professional musician. He even composes music, and he was responsible for the graphical design in our application. Ruslan did some of the most complicated parts in our project, and he plays his own self-developed drum machine on a tablet PC. And my name is Stanislav, I'm presenting here, and my responsibility was putting all the project together and play acoustic guitar. When we started working on our project, we were really inspired by the words of John Appleton. He was the creator of the first digital synthesizer. We talked with him during his lecture in Moscow, and he said that the best things he ever created in his life were done together with other people. And he said that collaboration between musicians, composers can really lead to new insights and give them fresh look at things. But even for amateurs like ourselves, we identified even more boundaries. First of all, if you want to play a musical instrument, you have to find somebody to play with. You have to find somebody with same musical taste. It's sometimes difficult, especially if you live in a small city. When you press search, the world of all Omni Music users is generated. It's like a 3D world where musicians can navigate, they walk across and see the samples of music, played by these musicians. They can see the profile, the repertoire. So here is Eddie Van Halen. And the 3D sound changes while you navigate this world, so you can not just find musicians, but listen actual music here. I'll now tell you about some really important problems that we had to deal with in Omni Music. One of the most important things for music application is latency, and now I'll try to explain why it is important. Imagine this orchestra. It's an example of real world, like in real life, collaborative music. the distance between the conductor and the furthest musicians is like this, 40 feet. And as sound travels 1 foot per second, there is latency of 40 milliseconds. But this orchestra is one of the biggest examples of collaborative music. And it is arranged in such a way that latency does not exceed the threshold of 50 milliseconds. Because studies in psychoacoustics show that if latency is more than 50 milliseconds, then musicians can simply play together. They start to play slowly, lose rhythm, and it's simply virtually impossible. So in our application for real-time musical performance, it was a really hard limitation to achieve latency below 50 milliseconds. So here is a comparison diagram of latency with Microsoft Research Conference XP, the platform we have based our development on, and in OmniMusic. So low latency is not really the highest priority for Conference XP, and they can guarantee only 250 milliseconds. And we were able to achieve, due to this low-level work, latencies of 50 milliseconds on the lowest level, and we totally skip compression phase to even get more latency. The mission of our project is removing obstacles for creativity for professional and amateur musicians. We use some really advanced technology like kernel streaming and Microsoft Research Conference XP. We rely on real-time transfer protocol and multicast to deliver the lowest latency possible. And now we're actually to proceed to our demo, a live distributed concert which we'll play here. I'll now explain you what is going to happen here. We have a backstage room with Alexander sitting there with his synthesizer, computer, and a webcam. His image will be rendered here, and we have 2 computers here with webcams. The sound is captured from our instruments and microphones into mixer and goes to Alexander to his room, and vice versa. So you hear his sound and we hear his sound.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's as if you try. No hell below us. Above us, only sky. Imagine all that people living for today. Though you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. All right. Judges, any feedback or questions?
Thanks for the awesome conference. Yeah, almost speechless. Can you provide a little bit more information on the mobile device that I saw you had strapped on your guitar strap?
The mobile control that was on the strap with Nikolai is it is developed for musicians that they do not need to come up to the computer to tune the sound parameters. So it's just like a remote control to control all OmniMusic parameters, like, I don't know, the simplest stuff, volume, gain, and so on. So it's just a very convenient user interface. Exactly right there. It works over wireless.
I don't need to go to computer, press buttons instead of play. I click on the button and the sound can extremely change. That's all.
Scott?
You know, I've invested in 3 companies in Russia, guys from Moscow Institute of Physics and Technology and Moscow State University, and you guys just reminded me why I like Russian companies so much. I've got to say, I think that you guys set a whole new level for this competition. Nice job.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, one more question. Can the mixer be anywhere? Can I be the mixer in Poland or the mixer in India? Or do I have to be in the main control area?
You see that Poland and India are, I think, some 15,000 kilometers, and if you calculate the speed of light, it's 75 milliseconds. So it's more than 50. So in case of Poland and India, it's the limitations that we cannot overcome.
Can I book you guys for my daughter's birthday party?
Okay. Are there other questions or feedback? No? Scott, you have anything else to say?
As long as we've moved to humor, I was thinking that if you took the Slovakian team's translation capabilities with your product, you could sing in your native tongues, and then the users could dial to whatever language they wanted to hear.
All right, Team Russia, thank you very much. Okay, now we're on to our fourth team, Team Germany. Are you here?
Konnichiwa. We are Team Smart Runner, Germany, University of Leipzig, University of Applied Sciences, Merseburg. My name is Katrin, and I will lead you through this presentation. In the team, my competence is organization, management, and PR. Rolf Kluge, he starts first with the idea of Smart Runner. He is the visionary and developer of our team. Then Roman, he is the architect and developer of our team and will show our workflow, implementation, and architecture later. And Daniela Malek, she is dedicating for connecting people because she is managing our community. Sometimes we drive more than 1 hour to work. There we sit in a chair in front of a computer, then we drive late at night home. We do not move the whole day, or we move too less. But our body needs this movement, need activity, just need sport. Sport for relieving stress, desertification, and relaxation.
And we do this all in one on a small mobile device. In our case, it's a smartphone with Windows Mobile 2003 and .NET Compact framework. And another technical requirement is a GPS mouse. We use this technology, the GPS technology, very extensively, so this is a must-have. And here we have a profile. This is for calculating a calorie consumption and for bringing a workout in relation to a user. So I want to start running, and before I have to say that we have no GPS signal here. So we had the GPS sentence, the raw data, already on the mobile and read them from the file. So this is a demo from a workout I had last week with my bike. And this is in fast motion. So here's the way. We have a graphical view. We have the speed, the average speed, the distance, of course the time, and the calorie consumption. So after my workout, I can type stop. And the application asks me if I want to store this in our local database on the phone. So, of course, because I want to review this. So I start the review component. So there's one workout session of John Doe. And also a graphical view appears. And I can jump to every point on my workout and have information about the speed and the distance, have statistical data like the maximum speed. So I think I was even fast. We have speed chart, so you can jump also to every point. And you have a map. Oh, so I take the ride through the park. If something unexpected happens, when we are alone in the mountains, when we are jogging through the forest, maybe we get hurt or we lose our bearings, we do not know where we are, and then we want to send a rescue call. And for that purpose, we built a rescue message. You can send a message via SMS or via email, and the message contains the profile and location information. So I will show you in a short video. We have two mobiles. These mobiles can be divided hundreds of kilometers. In this case, they are really close together. This is the sender, and he sends a message to the next mobile. And the message contains, as I said before, the profile, a short message that I get in trouble, and the position. And now the message appears. And there's also a link. And when you tap this link, you get to a home page where the location is. So now the rescue team can start to help you. Maybe this is really important, maybe for helping or for saving life too.
The community is one of the most important parts of our Smart Runner solution. For example, the community can perform an individual profile, up and downloads, combine teams, and the user have the option to arrange with members. So let's start with the individual profile. You have the option to register and create an individual profile, where you can save basic data like height and weight, and you can also save extended data, for example, if you are a beginner, hobby, or performance sportler.
We have a website which has the potential to connect people and gives us something to review that what we have done and for sharing interests. And we wanted to grow this website. We want to establish a community. We want to get more and lots of users, maybe with an interface to other community sites, maybe blogging on Amazon Spaces with the data of our mobile, with a workout. And we are sure that we can do this because we have, Roman told that in detail, a service-oriented architecture. So because of this architecture in the back, we are sure we can do a lot of other things in the future.
Maybe we motivate you to go outside, to sport in unobstructed nature, because now it's secure. And go out and dissolve your boundaries between you and your nature. We go outside yesterday and met a guy, Hero. And we are sure we have motivated him to do sport. Let's show. Thank you for your hospitality, and it was a pleasure to be here in Japan. So by now, we are looking forward to the judges' questions. Arigato.
Nolan?
I was going to say that I think that the game applications for this are tremendous. I think one of the big problems with exercise is boredom, and more that you can create objectives. You could really do some good stuff there. So I salute you.
Thank you. Great. Thank you, Team Germany.
Arigato.
Team number 5, who will be presenting, is China. Please come up.
Good afternoon, everybody. We come from China, and we made a FIGO community. This is a FIGO community, and I'm Liu Xue. This is Niu Jianxin, our leader. Hello. And this is Feng Tao and Xiao Xueying. Okay. What have we done? Can you imagine a future network society without boundaries, at where we can live in the community, not just register in the database and show myself easily, and get connection with my friend easily, and get connect and access information easily, and find more interesting and funny things easily. So we create the FIGO community. It can be divided into 3 parts: FIGO City System, FIGO Site Engine, and the FIGO Mobile Center. In the FIGO City System, people can live in the city together and buy houses. Their house will link to a FIGO site. The site was created by the FIGO Site Engine. And people use the FIGO Mobile Center to do their work at anywhere and any place. They can both online and offline. Okay, here comes our cool FIGO city. This is a sunny city. And the people can live in the city, can buy the houses and live in. But for the newcomers, they will live in the apartment by default. This is the apartment. This site was created by the FIGO Site Engine, and we can click the username to visit their site. Okay, we also can okay, let's try to buy a house. We can see the system will give us a default house. If you want a cooler one, okay, no problem. Let's buy a new one. There are many houses in the FIGO city, and we can buy the house and change it. After buying the place, we can see the function menu will change. We use the menu, we can visit his websites or manage the house or we change the house, so it's very easy to change the house. And we can see there are also many commercial buildings around there. Can you guess what is? Try to guess what is? Who? I need a volunteer. It's a city shop. It's a city shop. And this site was also created by the FIGO Site Engine. And we can, this is this large building, we call it Microsoft. No, this site was also created by the FIGO Site Engine. And there is a billboard. We also can, for the company, commercial users also can buy the billboard, and the billboard will link to their site. Okay, let's try to create a FIGO site. What is a FIGO site? Every user will get a blank FIGO site. This is a blank FIGO site, and we can add new views to this page. When there are a lot of modules, we can select to add to the page. This totally based on the .NET Framework 2. And you know, this web part. And let's add a map. The map. We also can, in the FIGO site, also can view our house in the FIGO cities. Oh, cool. This is our house in the FIGO city. And if you need a new page, no problem. Go to admin page. This is the admin page, and you can select parent node and add a page. Let's call it new page. A new page, no problem. New page, and select a template. 1 to 1 means 1 column in the header, 2 columns in the middle, and 1 column in the footer. Okay, we add a new page. There is the new page. We can visit the page, and we also can add views to this page like just now. After insert content, our FIGO site will look like this. It's very easy, just insert content using 30 minutes or less. Actually, the commercial users also can create their FIGO sites. This still remember the Microsoft, and we can create, we can manage this site. Okay, let's change the skin. I like change skin. It's so cool. Site themes. Change this one. Okay. We can see, look like Yahoo. we make this in just to show our features. Actually, you also can view your FIGO house in the mobile device, no problem. It will connect to the web service. So we will may wait several seconds. So we view our house in a Pocket PC. It's so cool. It's so cool. Let's try to visit our neighbor's FIGO site. Okay. This is our neighbor's site. This site was also created by the FIGO site engine. And you can see the skin of this site was very simple. It's very simple because it's for the mobile device, so to reduce the data transfer.
You forgot a very important feature.
What?
You must show it.
Okay.
Okay. Everybody look at there. This is FIGO's summer.
This is summer.
This is FIGO's autumn.
Autumn, right?
And this is FIGO's night.
Wow. So, drawing the boundary between virtual world and the real world, right?
Yeah, you're right.
For the commercial users, they can find the target customer groups and live close to them, and they can build a powerful FIGO site. It will have the commercial users' FIGO site will have a powerful permission system. Thank you for your listening. And if you want to be a FIGO user, visit www.figo.cn and register. It is an internal testing beta 1 version, and it supports multi-languages, Chinese and English now. The rest with your language setting of IE. We're from Free Studio, MISG, China. Thank you.
Thank you, Team China. Final comments from judges? We have about a minute left.
Just a quick one. It strikes me as it's a cross between SimCity and Messenger. But actually, on a serious note, you are missing things like people and cars. So how do I make money? I mean, you've shown me how to buy houses, but when I start, do I get a certain amount of? Do I get a mortgage as well?
For the individual users, their FIGO money is because their paid view. If the paid view is high, their money will add. If the paid, and for the commercial users, they will pay the money and buy the buildings.
Okay, thank you, Team China.
Thank you.
We're going to move the schedule around a little bit because there's some people that have some travel constraints. So we're actually going to ask Team Greece, the last of the 6 software design finalist team, to come up and present now.
We are the Greek team. I'm Katerina, this is Tassos, this is Fani, and this is Vicky, and we will present you our project Sign to Talk.
I have a dream.
The dream is that the hearing impaired people could communicate with hearing people using their own language, sign language. They could both speak and be understood. Let's take a closer look at the diagram of our technical architecture. With our system, a hearing impaired person using the armband like this I'm wearing now can communicate with a hearing person via their PDA or a PC. They can update their system via web services. In another communication scenario, a hearing person can use the Sign2Talk lecture system to broadcast sign language data to hearing impaired attendees. Let's move on now to the system live demonstration. Tassos.
The four scenarios are these. The first one will be Katerina playing a hearing impaired person talk to Vicky who can speak. The second one will be the use of web services to update one's vocabulary. The third one will be alternative user inputs other than the armband. And the fourth one will be the presentation mode we use.
What is this?
Sign2Talk.
What does it help you do?
Communicate.
Okay, we saw the scenario where Katerina, using her signs, uses the armband to give voice to her, and then the speech recognition engine show in ASL videos so that Katerina can understand them. Okay, now we have the presentation mode where someone gives a lecture and the attendees can have his speech translated into sign language videos again and broadcast to their PDAs or notebooks.
I would like to welcome you all in this presentation.
Okay, again, we see that her speech is recognized and then displayed. Now, by pressing the send button, she sends it to my laptop, where it is again displayed using the ASL videos. Okay, let's go to Vicky again.
A new day in communication starts.
Again, it's recognized, and then let's see the Pocket PC application. Yes, it's transferred through Bluetooth to the Pocket PC and to my laptop, so we have a broadcast capability.
So overall, Sign2Talk was a very challenging project for us, which gave us, of course, the opportunity to be here. It's an ongoing work because it's so difficult, since it has to do with language translation. It can't be over and can never be over. We cannot say that it's a panacea that can solve the communication problem of the hearing impaired in any situation. But we do believe that it can impact many people in their everyday life and help them overcome the boundaries they are facing all over the world. So that was all from us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Greece. Okay, judges feedback.
Yeah, I have a question on the hardware. How many axes does the accelerometer give you?
It's triaxial. 3 axes, yes.
Okay. And do you have conductive gel for the sensor inputs on the differential amplifiers?
Yes. Can we see the laptop, please? Thank you. Okay, here's a video with the application of the armband, where someone can use our help to see where he has to put the electrodes used for the myogram. as we can see, there are several sticks, so it's very easy to put them on.
How important is the placement of those electrodes in positioning?
Well, the placement is actually pretty important, so that's why we have the help screen you saw earlier, so the user can place them correctly, and we have a backup plan should one of the cables fall off. There is a system check capability, as you can see, where you...
What it does, so that you can understand, is that it checks if the features are below or over a threshold from where they should be.
Does the balancing of the differential amplifiers happen automatically, or do you have to adjust?
No, we don't have to adjust. That's why we use a 16-bit analog to digital converter, so we can have better quantization.
Marie?
This is pretty amazing, especially the programming of the device and the integration with speech-to-text, text-to-speech. But I was curious, in what scenarios would you really see it replacing just the written word? So easy to write, to communicate with two-way communication. Not for the lecture, but for two-way communication.
The optimal thing would be if we could expand the vocabulary in time that it could also eliminate the need for an interpreter in other situations which are very sensitive. For example, speaking with a friend who is not hearing impaired, you don't always want to have a third person translating. You know, at the university, for example, if you're studying and you have a friend who's not hearing impaired, no matter if the interpreter is your friend as well, it's not very nice.
Any more feedback? No? Thank you, Team Greece. I'd like you to stay on stage, please. Thank you. I'd like to bring all the software design finalists team up. So Russia, China, Slovenia, Brazil, and Germany, please all come up on stage. Well, thank you guys, for presenting today. I know it's been a really, really tight schedule. You found out about this last night at 9:30, and I think it's just absolutely amazing that you pulled this off. I'd like to actually go to the judges for a final set of remarks, for you, starting with Nick, and we'll just go down the line.
As a returning judge, I'd like to commend you all on the fantastic presentations and applications that you've come up with. I think it's an order of magnitude better than last year, and you should all be commended.
I think everyone would agree that everyone on this stage, I think, is a winner tonight. I mean, no matter how the final judging comes out, it'll be incredibly difficult for us up here, because it certainly was extremely competitive. It is amazing to see so much creativeness and entrepreneurialism come from every corner of the world, and I thought that was amazingly powerful.
Yeah, I thought I had a difficult time yesterday choosing, but it will be difficult for us, and I want to say that it was amazing to see the amount of work and innovative ideas that you had. You have very good applications, and yet they are different. That's why it's difficult to judge. It's difficult to balance which one is the best, because all of you are the best in some aspects, and so you're very good. I'm at the same time I'm glad I'm here, but I know I'm still processing. I haven't still decided. So it's very good, a very good set of projects.
I'd agree with Ricardo. It's going to be a very difficult decision. Regardless of the outcome, I hope that all of you will continue to work on what you started. This is not an end, but a beginning. And who knows, maybe we'll work with some of you here after this.
I'd just like to say, it's been an honor to be able to participate as a judge. So I know Chris and I, me in specific, I probably see over 200 startups a year personally, and get to see, a lot of new ideas and so forth. And it's very refreshing to know that, innovation is alive and well, certainly here today. And I'd like to thank you for all the time you put into it. It's amazing what you've been able to do in a short period of time. But congratulations to all of you.
I say ditto to everything. You guys have done a tremendous job. You can all come to work for me anytime you want to. My guys would take years and years to do what you guys did. So I really commend you for your enthusiasm. I love entrepreneurship and new ideas, and you guys exemplify the very best in the human spirit, and my hat's off to you. Thank you.
I agree. It's hard to say who could be number one amongst so much talent and creativity. I think I speak for all of us when I say it's going to be very hard to judge, as it was hard to judge yesterday as well. I find myself, this is my third Imagine Cup, my second year judging, and I find myself newly inspired every time I see what the creativity and the application of technology by young minds can achieve. It is looking at the future, and I think the future is very bright. So I would like to say thank you all for coming. You were amazing.
And I'd like to give a special thanks to the judges that we have today for making this difficult decision on what the placements of the final 6 teams are. To you guys, thank you for making this competition absolutely great. I have also been in the Imagine Cup for 3 years, and this is definitely by far the best year in the software design, and I'm so glad that we were able to share your great achievements with everybody else here. And regardless of what happens, you guys are all winners, and we wish you the absolute best in your future. Thank you very much.